Hello and welcome to Reviews. As always, I'm Plume Noir, and this is it. This is the final issue of Maneaters, number 12. Before I talk about this, I do want to mention something. You may have noticed I haven't been putting out a lot of videos lately. Oh, hi Butters, how appropriate. You haven't been in a video in a while, Butters. Um, you may have noticed I haven't been putting out a lot of videos lately. Um, Now, I just want to say, I actually took a promotion relatively recently at work, which involves a lot more responsibility. And as you know from other videos you've seen, I've done videos from work. I'm a point of escalation. There's a lot more involved in this. So, I'm trying to figure out how I can work in. I might have to adjust the time schedule when I do videos. I normally like to do them at night before I go to bed, which is why you see stuff. Normally I put stuff up around 11 o'clock Eastern time. Um, but maybe I'll just start doing them like early in the morning or something. Anyway, I'm still working on that because I got a bunch of stuff. I'm actually backlogged on a bunch of my reviews, so I might go through some of the past few weeks and go back and do some more. Um, but I just want to get that out of the way. I'm trying to work something into my schedule. So here it is, Maneaters number 12. Now, I actually wasn't even sure if Chelsea Cain would put this out because, as you saw at the end of in the last video I did on Maneaters, number 11, she kind of just hastily put together a weird type of ending for the book. And, I've mentioned before, I've referred to her tweets that, she is bemoaned that she's losing money on the book. And, you know, um, for the revolution, it seems like no one cares. So, I kind of theorized, I think I actually mentioned this in the last video, that she may do a number 12 just to kind of get, 6 issues for each volume, and then she can put this together in a trade paperback. And I kind of had a feeling that she would do like she did in with issue 4 and issue 8, where it completely deviates from the story and does kind of like a magazine, like not parody, but almost like a satirical magazine in the universe. Um, Issue number 4, that's what they did, and it looked pretty good. I will give them credit on that. It looked like a magazine you would find in the Maneaters universe. Um, and then issue 8 did the "What is happening to me," kind of guide to puberty type thing. The problem is it ends up just like cutting the story. And I said in previous videos that she should have just broken these down, and instead of having every fourth issue be one of these books, it should have just kind of taken a few pages off of each issue and put these in the back. You'd still have 12 issues, you'd have a full series, like Watchmen did, like a lot of books are doing these days. Doomsday Clock has been doing it, the X books, the House Powers books. Um, and so we finish up the story, and now we have the 12th issue, the Handbook for the Revolution. You see, the radical feminists, the haters, the want to see patriarchy attacking them from every corner, and they just have this whole revolution rise up thing. The basically the ones who would wear a pussy hat all the time, like Maud does. I got to be honest, I don't get it. And so, okay, Handbook for the Revolution. Okay, maybe in universe you would think that this would make sense. This book makes no goddamn sense. It really doesn't. This would be a time that if you were to do something like this, you can have it be, yeah, Handbook for the Revolution. Post after the, I just did the OK symbol. I didn't mean to do that. I know someone's going to notice that. That was more just like like I said, Italian thing, but, uh, anyway, um, it would make more sense if this was like post the end of issue 11, where the stupid girl blimps are floating around, and um, they could do stuff with it, but this makes no sense. And by the way, this little thing up here is actually part of the cover. It's not a tear. It looks like the cardstock is torn, but it's not. It's supposed to look that way. There's even a little bit of, browning here, like an old book, and the typeset is something like you'd see in an old. I think I had a Boy Scouts manual back when I was a kid, that the handbook that actually used this exact font. Um, so here we are, 5 minutes in. I haven't even opened the book, and to be honest, you won't even really notice a difference. Really, this is a waste of what was it, $4? Um, this has been a good book to crap on. I'm going to be honest. I've mentioned every video. The premise could be interesting, and there were some times I wanted to see where the story was going. But again, we revolve around building a story around our narrative we're trying to push. I don't mean a story narrative, but the agenda we're trying to push. Instead of having it be a story with, an agenda added to it. It makes all the difference. Here's a back cover, which is, join the Lady Doll Club. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this, because I'm actually talking about this a little bit more, because it's going. I'm doing a lot of preface on this because this book is garbage, and I mean even by man-eater standards. And I've read all 12 issues. I've done videos for the previous 11. I know what I'm talking about with this book. And it's going to be pretty much a quick thing to go through, because you'll just be scratching your head. I've gone through this several times and thought, at what point does she think, this is good, this is what I want to put out? Yeah, my fans will love this. What is this book selling at? Like 6,000? And I'm one of those people, and I'm sure there are other people like me who are buying this book just to laugh at it, to do, a story times of pain on this book. So we'll flip it open. We got the Ministry of Trouble. We see that this is supposed to be like the inside of a book. This book belongs to Maud W. So we get a letter here, and we get one of these little Ministry of Trouble membership cards. Because Chelsea thinks she's fighting the system. Yeah, she's getting them. Okay. Dear Maud, I have to go. In this box, you'll find a pussy hat, a box of tampons, and this book. This book is, I think that's supposed to be clearly, a secret compartment filled with information that you will need in the coming months. If you study these pages, you will learn how to recognize clues. You'll know what to do when the time is right. Love, Mom. P.S. And there's a little color-coded secret message. There is a decoder later in this book. I'll have to skip a few pages, and I really haven't decided what pages I'll skip yet. So, as I've mentioned in previous videos, I have trouble seeing colors, so I didn't even bother trying to figure this out. So, yeah, let's just start off. Sorry if I'm shaking. JR is coming up. He's trying to get on camera. I'm holding him away. He's been kind of a pain in the neck tonight. So as you know, the mom took the job at SCAT, and I assume this was before that, because, as you know, Maud was wearing the pussy hat all the time. So this is before she went to join SCAT, and this is the box that her mom, that she left for her daughter. A book with a secret compartment, tampons, just not even in the wrappers. You would think she'd at least leave them in the wrappers, I know they're just not in a box like this. They have the individual, plastic wrappers. I've dated women. I'm familiar with this. I've lived with women. But anyway, and maybe there are some boxes that they just have them loose like that. I haven't. I'm not a tampon expert, but in my limited bit of experience living with women, they are still inside the box individually wrapped. So, or maybe my ex that's what she got. Anyway, it's so weird that her mom would leave this, and if all the clues were there, why did it not seem like that earlier in the series? This seems like it was really kind of tacked on, that there was this whole big plan with the, getting themselves put into the compound and then escape. Anyway, the it opens up with the owner's manual of the big the radio dolls that they use to communicate, which is weird because all these girls, because they're just hitting puberty, they've all had their period, to have baby dolls still and to be using them as a communications device seems really weird. I mean, that would be like, some type of 13-year-old boys, communicating via secret Tonka trucks or something. That it doesn't make a lot of sense. A lot of garbage on these pages. The supposed wire diagram for these dolls, which this is not how a wiring diagram looks. It's not just the shape of the object like that, and you got the little symbols in there, and yeah, it looks like they just cut out maybe a. I don't know, I didn't really look at the diagram. I didn't try and follow it too closely. Um, Looks kind of like BS, but maybe it's an old radio diagram, maybe. Anyway, I just a lot of things like this, I just didn't care enough to really read into. And then they explain a little bit more about how the dolls work, and we get some pages of these basically genius girls who were, figured out how these dolls had wires inside of them, and so they, um, changed them, they modified them, at like the age of 4 to be wild communication devices, and I think I was about 5 years old where I when I took and um, remember the Operation board game, with the tweezers and that. I was about 5 years old, and I ended up taking that apart, and I took some twist ties, and I ended up wiring a connection to my bedroom door, and I made a buzzer for people to buzz into with an old button. Um, and I ran, because I didn't have wires or anything. I used garbage bag twist ties, and then just ran it over to my bed, even though it was just as simple for someone to knock. But I was a tinkerer myself, and I was 5 years old, and I did that. I wasn't taking dolls apart. Oh wait, I'm not a Supergirl genius. That's right. So Chelsea, where'd you get your STEM degree, huh? Just saying, I have a STEM degree. Do you, Chelsea? Just saying. Just saying. And then there's more toys in here, and they're how they're used. It's stupid. Um, and then the secrets. The Susan B. Anthony coin, which you may be familiar with. The original version had a secret compartment that you could put stuff into, and you use your tool to open it. Well, what tool is that? Oh, I'll come to that. Um, and then this is the part that cracks me up. Uh, High heels, and basically the women wear high heels, not for height, not to make their calves and legs look good. Um, no, it's because of the secret compartments inside the heels. Yeah, because in the stilettos you can, they say the commonly stored items, tampons, microchips, flash drives, rolls of money, glitter bombs. Have you ever seen a woman break a heel in person? I have. None of that stuff is stored in there. Now, granted, actually, heels of shoes have been used in history to store stuff. So, you know what? I think Chelsea is probably accidentally correct on this. I think she was probably thinking she was being subversive, but no, she was accidentally correct. Oh, but the tool. The tool. This thing is hilarious. So basically, this is one of those little credit card, tools that you could do a whole bunch of stuff with. They have a little diagram of what they're all used for. Hair comb, screwdriver, um, two-position wrench, bottle opener, the kind of things. Tweezers, mascara applicator. Now, this is a steel tool. You're telling me you would be using this steel thing as a mascara applicator? This uh, maybe in case of emergency. Um, yeah, I little bit of personal history. I used to be goth back in the early 90s. I have experience putting on mascara, and I didn't really need it. I've got great eyelashes, trust me. Um, but you wouldn't use something like this. And furthermore, a tool like this actually doesn't work like this. This would be a one-use tool. So maybe it'd be made out of plastic. In that case, this kind of makes it look like it's metal. But um, if that's the case, most of these tools wouldn't work for crap if it was made out of plastic. And if it was made out of metal, this would be a use once and destroy. You know, you can't use that corkscrew the way it is without breaking it apart. Yeah, I've got some of these credit card like Omni tools type things, multi tools, um, and uh, and they're pretty neat. In fact, I got the World's Collection Batman from Culture Fly that came with one, and it's actually pretty cool. So I actually carry it in my work bag. It's a good conversation topic, but and of course, we got our feminist pussy hat stencil, and it's almost hilarious. Um, we got tickets for Sophie E's um, feminist play, a feminist mythology in 5 acts. 1950. It's almost $20 at the middle school auditorium. Okay, it's been a while since I've been in high school. I did theater in high school, and the tickets were a few bucks. Are tickets really $20 now in middle school for? Oh my god, that would be horrible. Jeez, I saw a Jewel in concert for less than that. Um, and the self-defense things, which is, remember, we have seen scenes of them doing martial arts, so I gotta skip some pages here soon. But I mean, and then you get pages of this. Um, we got a few pages over here where it's just more poetry, and then pages of soldiers. Each one has an individual male name, and then 4 pages of that, and then a page of cats with cat names. And this is meant to practice troop movements with these paper soldiers. You just paid $4 and got 4 pages, and most of these are the same image over and over with just a different name. 4 pages for that. I gotta skip some stuff here soon. Here we have some Spanish notes being taken. Um, this actually made me kind of laugh. This is a flowchart for catcalling. When is it okay to call a cat? I see they're making fun. You see, it's not just whistling or shouting, "Hey, baby," at women. It's about literally calling a cat. Literally. Yeah. I kind of laughed at this, but I think that was that kind of tension breaking laugh when your mind just snaps. You just can't process, what weird. I almost swore there. What weird crap this book is going to throw at me. And I saw this and just kind of threw up my hands. My brain said, okay, you know what? I'm taking the rest of the day off. Um, do you know the cat? Let's see if I can get focus. Yes. Is the cat actively seeking your attention? No. Is the cat walking away from you? Yes. This is a tricky situation. Play it by ear. Hey, thanks. That was a lot of help. Let's do another one here. Let's go because this one automatically just stops here. So, is the cat actively seeking your attention? Yes. Is the cat injured? Let's go no. Have you called this cat before? I rang him on the phone just the other day and we had a chat and he was telling me that he just got over his catnip addiction. Oh, no, I don't think that's what they're talking about. Let's go no. Are you being clawed by the cat? Let's go yes. Is the cat in danger? Let's go no. Does the cat sleep in your house? Yes. Okay, you may call its name. Does the cat sleep in your house? No. Is it your neighbor's cat? No. Stop. Step away from the cat. I mean, time was spent on this. And, they're trying to do a parody of, catcalling women and, make the allegory for that, but it's a cat. I'm a cat owner. You just saw Butters walk through this video. Hey Butters, where you at? I just heard you. Boo Boo, where'd you go, Chub Chub? Yeah, she wandered off somewhere, but it's okay because she sleeps with me, and um, and yeah, that says I followed the chart. And does the cat sleep in your house? Yes, you may call its name. So I'm good. I'm safe. Thanks, Chelsea. I was a little bit concerned there. Um, Here is the I imagine you can use this to decode. Um, there's a note up here about I can't read what that says. Contorts. Instruction manual, decoder dial, color pencil shields, blue blockers used as needed. And yeah, I imagine you can use this. I'm not going to waste my time, because Chelsea's mother's note that she put in here. Chelsea wrote that mother's note that use these clues to figure your note. I don't think there's really any clues. I think this was just stuff they put together, and yeah, I've almost gone through this whole book. The next page is a hairstyle thing, and then there's like weird clothing. I gotta skip a few pages because we're almost at the end of the book. So let me see. Yeah, let's go to this. We have a tampon woman dress up doll, and you get the feminist freedom fighter edition, paper doll fashion, style, style, style. So apparently these glasses, as they call them, blue blockers, I would say those look more like aviator glasses, are apparently a feminist thing now. Well, they do show Carol Danvers tends to wear them a lot in the comics, and I think she wore them in the movie too. So I don't know, maybe maybe women just feminists want to look like cops. Um, then you have this application, a petition for membership for the Ministry of Trouble. Please list any aliases. I have an interest in disrupting the patriarchy. Being a unicorn, psychological experiments, cats, filling out forms, haha, see, teacups, ferns, other. This is so schizophrenic right here. This right here is probably such an insight into Chelsea's mind, as well as this. Uh, what's this? List the first three words you overhear when you get to the end of this sentence. Silence. Write a paragraph about what the cat in the image to the left is thinking. Well, let's see. Chelsea, you're showing that you're Gen X with your Nine Inch Nails and Nirvana posters there with the cat who is as big as the room, apparently. What exactly are you doing, Chelsea? Oh, and how do we fill out this book? With a page of Ministry of Trouble membership cards. Yeah, cut them out. Why? Why? I actually can't believe I went on for 23 minutes. I really thought I was going to go through this in 10 minutes. And top secret, do not open. Yeah, this is how Maneaters ends. I have no idea what she was going for. This is a mishmash of ideas cobbled together that is supposed to... I don't know. I really don't know what she's going for in this. It doesn't really expand the world. It doesn't even really broadcast her ideas. It just makes her seem crazy. I know I've said that before, but she does seem that way. In her defense, this book, as far as I could tell, this issue did not insult trans people at all. So that's good. That is a step up for Chelsea. I did not find any instances where anyone was misgendered because there's no one in the book. It's a handbook for the revolution, and yeah, supposedly it's in code, but when you're only getting bits and pieces, it's not a good code. That's not how ciphers work. That's just not how it works. I can't even give this book a rating because it's not an issue. It's not a comic. This is um, half-baked ideas, maybe. This is holy crap, we have to make one more issue to fill out the trade paperback, and we have no money, so let's just take whatever we have laying around and cobble it together, put it on poster board, scan it, and put it into a book. I think that's what this is. This is trade paperback filler. This could have been those soldiers that she made 4 pages of over and over, and then maybe one of them, I don't know, be bloody and be a woman and fight the patriarch. I don't know. I think Chelsea is. I think she needs help. Yeah, I know she's married, and oh boy. I'm actually kind of sad that this is officially over, because there's something about. Have you ever dated a crazy woman? I have. And sometimes you just take a step back and you think, is there something wrong with me? Because this person is just getting upset about weird things, and you realize after a while that they're just gaslighting you, because you start to wonder, am I emotionless? Is there something wrong with me that I'm not getting upset about this? And that's how I feel with this book. It's like dating a crazy woman that is just, you know, um, tilting at windmills, raging about, the most minor thing that you know, put a cup in the wrong cupboard. And that is a big crime. And you're just sitting back going, okay, I'm sure there's some sense to this. Let's see if I can backtrack through the logic and find where this is going. And then you're just at a loss, and you're just like, you know what? Um, at least she's kind of interesting at times, and so let's see where this goes. It kind of sucks, but let's see. Maybe there will be something amusing out of this. I'm sure there'll be a great story I could tell people later. And that's kind of what Maneaters has been. It's Maneaters, like dating a crazy chick. That should have been the byline on this. That should have been the subtitle. And I'll be honest, I'm going to miss this book a little bit, and because it was always good for a pseudo laugh, because I always knew this is going to be so bad. I knew what I was getting into. Because some of these books, maybe my expectations have gotten so low that you expect them to be kind of like crappy level, but they end up just being at diarrhea level. This one started out at diarrhea level, and it only had ass cancer down to go. That was the only level it had left to go. So yeah, I'm going to kind of miss this book. This and new Vertigo books. I might actually start enjoying some reading again. And oh no, wait, there's still Marvel. There's still the Marvel books. So anyway, I can't believe I went almost a half hour. Hey, haven't had a video in a while. I'm trying to get it out of my system, I guess. But I am looking to do back to a regular schedule of videos. I may just start doing them at like 6 a.m. or something before I go to work. And that might work out a little bit better. So, but if you stuck around for this, thanks. Thanks for sticking around with Maneaters, because this has not been easy. And this series has been pretty bad, and it ended in, well, if bad was like a fireworks display, this would be like those times when they all go off at once and completely ruin the show. And that is the best worst case scenario. And Chelsea lived up to it, so good on her. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.